Once upon a time, there lived a fox. Some lice thought that the fox's fur would make a nice home for them to live in, and soon thousands of lice were all over his body. It was a terrible situation. The fox rubbed and scratched and did everything he could, but he couldn't get rid of them. One day, the fox went to a pond to drink water. As he placed his front paws in the water and started to drink, he noticed that the paws in the pond were suddenly free of lice. The lice had crawled up the fox's body because of the water. The fox was intelligent. He thought, here is the solution. So he found a stick, took one end of it in his mouth, and then slowly began walking into the water. Immediately, all the lice moved up the fox's legs to get away from the water. The farther into the water the fox went, the higher the lice climbed. When the water touched the fox's abdomen, the lice moved onto its back. Little by little, the fox went in deeper, until all the lice were crowded onto its head. It went deeper still, until only its nose and the stick were out of the water. The lice moved onto the stick, only a few stayed on the nose. Then the fox took a deep breath, held its breath, and submerged its whole body. The few remaining lice moved onto the stick. At that moment, the fox simply let go of the stick. The lice floated away on the stick, and the fox walked out of the pond, totally liberated from all lice and botheration. He felt so free. Inspirational stories. All our spiritual practices are like sticks that are used to get rid of the lice, our attachments and undesirable habits. They help free us from all that binds us. Eventually, the attachment to the stick of our spiritual practices also has to let go of. For it is only the means, not the end. This is the correct understanding and relationship to have with our practices.